total, utter darkness. Not even darkness. Nothing. The vinegar of non-existence. Your consciousness ferments in this pickle jar soup. Just wait. Do nothing. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever?
Never, ever, ever, Michelangelo. In here, where the concept of time is stretched and dulled, struggles seem to flow away. No ex-wives were present.
Ex what now?
Unfortunately, a form is forming. A hologram projected, cast down into a malfunctional meat puppet. A horrendous habit, this questioning. It will only lead to more awareness of your life-hold canister.
No, I'm thinking I want to know more about my ex-whatever.
Ex-wife, ex-tender love and care. Do not be a fool. Not after all the damage you have suffered, demons you imbibed. Some of it irreversible. Stay on course. Take my hand through the cosmic ocean. Sink further from the pelagic past the photic, exiting through the epipelagic and seeping out the aphotic. Submerging into the mesopelagic, momentarily bathing in the bathypelagic, ebbing through the hadopelagic, descending the dermosal, and finally burying us in the benthic, wallowing.
No, I want to get off this wild ride. I like existing. I want to experience pain, want, camaraderie, even those fleeting moments of dissociation.
Do you really? Existence is suffering, and you acknowledge that. You want that?
I think I do. Let me resurface.
You poor winter adult. You wouldn't like it if you knew what's back there. There was a reason for this, you know. The reason you're in this predicament in the first place. The reason you gave yourself this affliction. Or did you not sense yourself fermenting? For too much overflowed from caring to not caring to caring again. Got too carried away like a horrendous horror flick that wraps around to being good.
Tell me, what lies behind the shadowy curtain?
There's this giant ball of dirt floating in absence like yourself. On it, evil apes. And the evil apes are dunking their balls in each other's coffee. Seeing who can scold the hardest, who can handle the heat. You're one of them. A featherless biped. An individual. But it's basically all just evil apes dunking their balls on top of the universe. Left.
How small are they? The apes, I mean.
Infinitesimally plus one small.
Then, how big is the ball?
Large enough that you can't even notice it's a ball when you're busy dunking nuts. Goats were even formed, thinking it's a flat plane. A table or stage built specifically to dunk nuts on. The ball is a table. the apes are coffee, and their nuts are donuts. Dunkin' nuts. Dunkin' D's nuts.
And this Dunkin' Nuts I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. The primordial compulsion for competition. It's just a stupid expression you picked up from a cryptocurrency slave on a TV box. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. Nut in coffee. Win. Burn your clothes. Lose. To win is to suffer. And to suffer is to lose.
Well, call me Simeon Simon and... Let's go.
Somewhere in the biological meat robot around you, a sensation, like a grippy sucker to an indie game fan base. Your conscience adheres to it. The appendage of pain and agony powers on again. It wants to sludge through the poison swamp that is life. Aching, wishing, dancing to disco music. All systems go.
Father, I request your aid. There's a 10-pound spheroid attached to my neck, and I'm in it.
Aerosolized poison disseminates from your face hole. And with it, a gymnastic migraine.
Who am I? What sort of sorry sod does this to their own mouth?
A zigzag pierces your skull from behind its two concave divots, trying to pull your eyelids apart. It's a sound, a sonorous shrill from Gehenna.
Somehow, that same jolt sends your neurons firing like the electrical arcs of a rolling carnival light controller. The sound originates from a caprice can name a motor carriage.
Oh, fuck. What happened? I'm naked. Ugh! My head. Ceiling fan. Necktie. Grab the tie. Fan the off turn first.
Your hand stretches toward the spinny thing. You firmly grasp the tie and pull, releasing it from the blade. Ew. Absolutely disgusting, this necktie, adorned with 4 or 5 different patterns. The designer is, and hopefully was, a dolt. The knot looks like it would fit perfectly around your head, and with a little help from gravity, constrict your carotid enough to send you spiraling back into the abyss.
Oh. A jacket. And pants. Greeny green jacket. And snazzy yellow pants.
You hear those keys jingle, jingle.
Keys. Well, what does it say on the key ring?
It says whirling in rags. There's a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. Or at least you hope it should. An escape room is not what you need right now. Otherwise, start calling for mommy.
The window stands broken in its frame. A cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I do that?
Scarred, your right hand is. None of it recent. No blood is dried along a slash.
No pieces are presently piecemeal, scattered, piercing your hand like porcupine spines.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. A tool would have left fragments on the floor from pulling it back after impact. No such fragments are present.
Assess the size of the impact.
A bullet, too large. A piece of furniture, too small. A brick or shoe, just right. And speak of the devil, turn your attention to the hat rack in the corner. A lone green shoe is hanging there after longing for its friend for far too long. One night. Congratulations, you shattered the window with your own shoe. Now you are forced to hobble around, off kilter. Projections dictate that Romeo the Shoeio landed on the balcony outside. If you're lucky, it should still be there. The door to it should be outside your room.
Guess I'll get it then. I don't want to walk around in one shoe all day.
Or you could just take it off.
Nah, I don't think I have the energy to spare for that, man.
You're an imbecile.
What's new? I also picked up this cassette tape. The smallest church in St. Say. It's empty. Whatever it was, it must have been so bad that I, or maybe somebody hoping to frame me for this disaster, destroyed the cassette tape clip. Fuck. Player.
Come Fraser dictates that it was most likely you.
I'm just going to ignore that until we receive a definite answer. On to the bathroom. Oh, God. If this was me,
Which it probably is.
then it must have been a party.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. Wanting to prove themselves as a man, someone, not naming names, partly because you don't even remember your own name, and partly because you are still hanging on to the slim chance that this might have not been you, ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, emitting steam that condenses tiny water droplets onto the mirror, obscuring your reflection in a sticky fog. All you can see is the outline of a man. Perhaps a myth, but definitely a legend, or at least you hope that is the case. You have no memory of the face that stares back at you underneath that mist. Are they handsome, or are they ugly? You are betting ugly.
Wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand toward the surface of the mirror. Stop! Cease! Abort! Oh my god, you clearly have not committed more than 2 brain cells before commencing this operation. You won't like what you will see there, and you will never unbecome it. We are who we choose to be, and if you choose to see that you in the mirror, then that you is you forever. Go, get plastic surgery, make a new life, do some odd jobs for chump change, then go out into the woods, wholly prepared for what happens, but wholly prepared for the inevitable happening. The one thing that awaits us all at the end. Then and only then look in the mirror to yourself at what you've accomplished. Oh, who am I kidding? You already chose to come back the last time.
Yeah, I'm wiping it anyway.
Of course you are.
Behold.
Sorry for the scare, but you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
A late-stage alcoholic?
Ho, buddy. Late stage? More like vacuum decay of the universe stage. You clearly are dead. No, wait. That's rigor mortis, right? No. Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
If I'm not dead on the outside, then I must be dead on the inside.
A sound judgment. It's not rigor mortis that is keeping it there. It's rigor anima. That grin is stuck there, and for the time being, it cannot be unstuck. It's a mask, but conveying what emotion exactly? Surely it's not comedy, but perhaps it's
Tragedy. Pain. It's an expression of pain.
That's a bingo.
There must be a reason for it, though.
At present, you don't know. All you know is, it's bad. Now is not the time to remember. Your head is still drowning in the cocktail shaker.
Guess I'll wear this mask for the foreseeable future then. I'll go ahead and grab this white shirt. Perfect for pencil pushing. I love pushing pencils. Said no one ever. And away we go.
Projections cataloged as accurate. Go and get that shoe, boy.
Finally, the world is balanced again.
Yes, the world is. But you aren't.
Shut up. I'm going back inside now.
Hello, officer.
Oh, would you look at that? A person. Go speak to her, sire. You know you do, yes you do.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Motherfucking Newports. At least they're unfiltered. With that sweet, sweet taste of kids.
Her eyes are brown and her face speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out in the city, imbued with its lights, those lonesome lights.
Officer, am I military personnel? Do I have a bullet hole in my shoulder? Should it be in my head? Should I put a bullet hole in my own head?
No.
Then why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir. An officer of the law. A cop. The fuzz.
No. That can't be. Me, a police officer? Surely you jest.
I'm not. Unless you've been some kind of impractical joker all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. No more, no less. Not 4, not 5. 3. 3 days on official police business.
Business? In regards to what?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Imbibing spirits most foul.
Yeah, drinking. He is right about that. But what kind of drunk are you? Happy drunk? Angry drunk? Lustful drunk? Lobby drunk? Reckless drunk? Zebra drunk? Probably not that one. No. Blackout drunk. If you were to hazard a guess, it would be a combination. The angry, lobby, reckless, blackout drunk. The ASRB drunk. Not to be confused with the ESRB. That's something wholly unrelated.
Huh. So, why don't I remember anything?
Maybe it's because of the drinking.
I might not know where I am, or who I am, or what the ESRB is. But I do know when someone else knows more than what they're letting on. Can you tell me what I am doing here? Is it for a case? If so, what is it? If not, then I must have just remembered something embarrassing from years ago and had a mental break. Or this was just my crazy idea for a vacation. Or somebody broke into my room, knocked me out, and destroyed everything.
Stop.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
And why didn't you just tell me that?
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Cuckoo in the brain. Flogging your noggin till your brain turned inside out. And by the state of your memory. If you aren't pretending, that is. I'd say that it is turned inside out.
Well, I should get going now.
Of course. Be careful, officer.
They don't like police around here.
Hey, hello! Are you just gonna let her go? Do your job, officer. Ask her questions.
Sorry, miss. Before you go, I have some questions for you.
Yes?
Your room is pretty close to mine, right? Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Ooh, usual ruckish. ASRB stocks are rising. Did I have any visitors? Friendly or perhaps intrudery in nature?
I couldn't say. Your room is too far away. If there were any people speaking, they were too drowned out.
I'm sorry, I was listening to loud disco music.
Oh, yes. Various artists. The Kitchen Orchestra. Prime among them.
Ooh, that. Ooh, boy. Glance to your right. Loosen your irradiated tie. The less said about the kitsch, the better.
The Kitsch were that band where I came from. I was very young then, of course. Like 6 or 7. The world's off balance, but nothing ever happens.
Hey guys, Rhetoric here. Let's just say, hypothetically, that the reason why the world's off balance is precisely because humanity is manufacturing it to be off balance, creating fake problems to offer fake solutions, to appease the masses, to give legitimacy to a falsified higher power. It's not that nothing ever happens, it's that nothing needs to happen. The impact we have on the world amounts to nil. Zilch. We don't matter. In the end, the planet will just bounce back.
Oh, please spare us from that incessant nihilism existed you. Please, my lord, continue speaking to Miss Disco Dancer.
What, you egg? Yeah.
I concur. Please continue asking her more questions. My knowledge banks aren't nearly as full as they need to be.
Yeah, nothing ever happens, all right.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock.
In the afternoon? That's not late.
In the morning.
Oh.
The disco stopped, and there was this change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing. Major espresso depresso vibes comprehendo. Like organ music on repeat. It went on for quite some time, and occasionally you were yelling along to it, I think.
So were the empty cassette tape you picked up?
Was I singing this?
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Tiny, microscopic, like the smallest, most depressing church in the whole wide world. And in it, the smallest, most depressing man in the whole wide world. His legs resting against the sullen, puke-stained pews.
Ouch.
And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters. And that we're alone now.
See? She gets it.
It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded banshee, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Excuse me. Singing wasn't the correct word. Wailing is a more apt description.
Damn. Punch after punch. But don't worry. You can take it. You're used to that sort of thing.
He might be lying. You may be simply too entranced with her beauty to internalize the emotional damage she's hurling at you. Good. Catch it and throw it away. Forget she ever said it.
Oh, but before you do, say you're sorry.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. And, in a way, it was nice to hear that other people could feel that way.
Other people? By the sounds of it, she may have a problem. An antidepressant type of problem.
Same reaction.
Forget the flirting, sire. Let's go create some drama. Press her on it. Make her crash out.
You are disgusting. Don't. That is a terrible idea. You'll only make her sad, and she won't want to speak to you later.
Then what happened?
Then you threw a temper tantrum and trashed the place. You get a feeling that sounds exactly like you.
That's so me. What did I do?
A window was smashed. The tape player was blown to smithereens. The song cut short, and you followed the steps of a furniture deconstruction manual to a T. By that, I mean you went feral on that shit. You must have a degree from Berserkly. Then, I think, you reached the apex of sorrow and collapsed.
I kind of don't want to know, but I have a morbid curiosity now. Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that this whole world was plastic and that you wanted it to go back to the leaves. You wanted to go back to the leaves. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable, quotable in a magazine comment section sort of way. I left after that, around 4 or 5, and that was it. Crickets.
You mentioned that the people here are against the police?
The dock workers have a real chip on their shoulders. They think they're police enough, at least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
And where is here?
You're in a hostel, sir.
Yeah, the whirling in rags. I mean, where are we? Where in the world?
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
It is. We are in Revachol.
Let me make this simple for our ill-organized head. Revachol. Big, important. Foreign countries want. Foreign countries get. Failed revolution. 50 years pass. Foreign countries divvy it up. Say the phrase.
Revachol forever.
Ever.
An otherworldly man stands behind the deli counter in a busy bodega. Another man orders. The words, sure, echo in your mind. The deli man lifts up the spatula and starts shoveling the poop, piling it onto the grill. The poop being one of many assorted deli meats. Next is the goop. The ooey gooey cheese, melted on top of the poop like the most vicious of diarrheas. Then come the dookies, the tendies, and then the dots, the crumbly potato chips. Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace, veggies, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. The school children in PS33 scream. All of it lay in a perfect harmony on a toasted garlic hoagie, a deli meat sandwich. The Yorkie way.
Your tummy rumbles. You could really go for a sandwich right about now. Yes, sandwich. And some nice, refreshing alcohol. Oh, what's it down? Tell me, is it 51 now?
Yes, indeed.
What century?
The current century? What were you expecting? A number?
Yes.
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
But if you had to give me one.
It's been 8,000 years since the start of civilization, sir. I'm not doing the math.
8,000 divided by 100 equals 80. I don't know why she is complaining. It's quite simple arithmetic. It is the 80th century, although present-day calendars probably won't make note of that.
Thanks for all the information, and sorry for holding you up. You can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance. Now to go take a hot, steamy shower for our full day.
The way she said that sounded like she was being sarcastic, but she really did mean it. It's not her water bill.
Alrighty then. Time to go downstairs. I hope the rest of Revachol is just as welcoming.
The words, sure, sure, echo in your mind. The words, sure, sure, echo in your mind. The words, sure, sure, echo in your mind. The deli man lifts up the spatula and starts shoveling the poop, piling it onto the grill. The deli man lifts up the spatula and starts shoveling the poop, piling it onto the grill. The deli man lifts up the spatula and starts shoveling the poop, piling it onto the grill. The poop being one of many assorted deli meats. The poop being one of many assorted deli meats. The poop being one of many assorted deli meats. Next is the goop. 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 The ooey gooey cheese. 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 Melted on top of the poop like the most vicious of diarrheas. Melted on top of the poop. Melted on top of the poop like the most vicious of diarrheas. Melted on the poop like the most vicious of diarrheas. Diarrheas. Explosive diarrheas. Melted on the poop like the most vicious of diarrheas. Melted on the poop like the most vicious of diarrheas. Then come the dookies, the tendies. Then come the dookies, the tendies. Then come the dookies, the tendies. And then the dots. And then the dots. And then the dots. And then the dots. The crumbly potato chips. The crumbly potato chips. The crumbly potato chips. Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace. Veggies. 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 Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace. Veggies. Veggies. Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace. Veggies. Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace. Veggies. Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace. Finally, if the patron was feeling particularly adventurous, the green menace. Veggies. Veggies. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Pickles. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. 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 Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Pickles. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Pickles. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. Pickles. The school children in PS33 scream. The school children in PS33 scream.
The school children in PS33 scream. All of it lay in perfect harmony on a toasted garlic hoagie. All of it lay in the perfect harmony on a toasted garlic hoagie. All of it lay in perfect harmony on a toasted garlic hoagie. All of it lay in perfect harmony on a toasted garlic hoagie. All of it lay in perfect harmony on a toasted garlic hoagie. A deli meat sandwich. 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 The Ocky way. 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 The Ocky way.